Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Thursday, December 3rd, 2015. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches and beautiful blue waters. Absolutely gorgeous outside today and nice and cool so far. That will not last for long. We will get some warm heat in the afternoon. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. All right, traders, great to be with you on a Thursday. Lots going on. A lot of data coming out in the next 2 days. So it's going to be a rumbler and a tumbler as we continue to trade for the rest of this week. It's going to end on a bang, as we would say. So we'll just keep an eye on everything, and I'll bring you up to date in just a moment. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do this recording in the Asia session. Traders, I started trading in 2006, and in 2008 I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my wonderful career and my retirement at the ripe old age of 48. Well, traders, I have to tell you, I'm now in my 8th year, and I'm still here in Asia, loving the time zone. The food is great, by the way, and the people are really cool. So, yeah, love living in Asia, love living in Thailand, having a great time. However, I do trade the Forex markets every day, and I'm very focused on what I do, and I'm always looking for opportunities and probabilities to be successful in my trades. Being aware of the fundamentals that are coming out and that have already happened, and looking for trading opportunities in conjunction with me being a technician. Of course, I love candlestick charts, and I love diagnosing them and seeing what the heck is going on. So, with price action and price structure and support and resistance and using my Fibonacci tool, we can come up with some kind of a trade plan that suits me, right? And, we use other tools. We use harmonics patterns, and I'm a big fan also of Ikimoku clouds. It just depends on what instrument I'm trading at the time. All right, that's enough about me. Let's get over to the legal stuff, and let's get to these charts. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, if you're trading your rent or mortgage money, please go to a demo account so you can trade comfortably on a live account. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's get over to news and commentary as we do every day. Let's take a look at what we got going on. Let's take a look at the indices first. Take a look at the U.S. session. The Dow 30 closed negative 0.88%. The S&P 500 closed negative 1.10%. The NASDAQ closed negative 0.64%. And the small cap 2,000 closed negative 0.88%. Red day on Wall Street. All right. Let's head over to the Eurozone, see how they closed. The DAX closed negative 0.63%. The FTSE 100 out of London closed positive 0.40%. The CAC 40 closed negative 0.18%. And the Eurostoxx 50 out of Frankfurt closed negative 0.28%. Traders, let's come on over to Asia, where, remember, these countries are currently trading as these markets are open. The Nikkei 225 is currently in the red at negative 0.14%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia, which had bad data today on trade balance, is also in the red at negative 0.62%. The China A50 out of Shanghai is negative at 0.75%. And the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is negative 0.49%. With the Kospi out of our friends in Seoul at negative 0.94%. Lots of red in that area also. Okay, so let's get over to the economic calendar as we are filled with stuff that we have going on. So, like I just mentioned, the Aussie had trade balance data come out. They're expecting negative 2.61 billion, and it came out negative 3.31 billion. So that was a bad read out of Aussie land. China had services PMI come out, and I do not know how that ended up, to be honest with you. And then in the London session, we have Great British Pound Services PMI. That comes out 90 minutes after the London Open. Then as you move further on down, we have just 1 hour before the New York session, we have the Euro minimum bid rate, and then we have the ECB press conference. And then in the US, we have unemployment claims. Then later it'll be 2200 hours in Thailand, Bangkok, and it'll be 10 a.m. on Wall Street when you have Fed Chair Yellen testifies. We also have ISM non-manufacturing PMI. So quite a busy day. Big day in Asia for tomorrow, 24 hours from now. We have the Aussies retail sales month on month. So quite a busy day. And then, of course, we all know what Friday brings, as that is our big NFP day. And we're expecting a pretty decent number. So that's what's going on there. And yesterday I saw the ADP payrolls came out, and it came out positive. They were expecting 191. It came out at 217K for ADP payrolls, non-farm payrolls. For those of you who don't know what ADP payrolls is, non-farm payrolls is, ADP is a huge company in the United States that does payrolls in every state. So you can have a company with 2 people, or you can have a company with 50,000 people, and they do all the payrolls and deliver checks to the working people, and they do all the deductions and the taxes and all that stuff is all done through this company called ADP. So that's what they do. It's going to be, as far as commentary goes, it's going to be an exciting day today. We have the data coming out, and then of course tomorrow's, the ECB is going to be the big one. What is Mario Draghi, ECB president, going to do? Is he going to lower rates? Is he going to extend quantitative easing? This is the big story. I expect bad news out of him. So, that is what it is, and I think our euro is going to dump. On that note, let's head over to the euro dollar. This is the euro dollar. This came up and came all the way down yesterday. It came all the way back up in New York. And now we're sitting here and we're sort of like in a, listen, we want to sell this, right? The object is how do we get in it? So we're at 0608, right? So if you can get below 0600, like 1.0593, where I have it marked on the chart, that's a great place to short. Now, due to the events that are going on today, I'd give this a really healthy stop, because you're going to get some whipsaw and everything's going to be going on. So give this a really nice healthy stop. And I'm talking like 75 pip stop, maybe even 100 pip stop. And, just lower your position if you can't afford that. But I think it's going to come out on your side, because I think at the end result, by the end of today, this euro is going to dump. And Draghi, one thing about Draghi compared to his counterparts in the U.S., he does not fool around, and he spits right it out. He tells you exactly what's going on, and he is not shy to say it's bad or it's good. He shoots straight from the hip, and I got to give him a lot of credit for that. So we'll know within the first 5 minutes of his statement what to expect, and I think this is just going to take the big dump through. I think he's going to probably lower rates, and I think he is going to expand quantitative easing, but we'll see. So our entry is like 1.0593, and we want to take this down at least 1.0552. It's a nice 40 pip trade, but I expect it to go further as we get into the ECB president's speech and questioning after that news conference. Okay? All right, so we're bearish on the euro dollar, no surprise. Let's go over to the pound. What a move the pound made yesterday. This was all on data, folks. This was all data releases all through London yesterday. Just bad data after bad data. And now this is pulled back, but it hasn't pulled back far enough, right? We want this to pull back to the 1.4966 if at all possible. We really don't want to be trading into support. However, if it does decide to continue to the downside, that's not a bad thing. Just jump in the trade, put your stop above the daily pivot point, and let this maybe ride down. Look left of the chart, my friends. We haven't been at this price area in a long time, and just let this ride to the downside and let it go. We're trading in wide open spaces here. This is really, there's no congestion, there's no price action left to the chart, so this is a really nice trade. Now let's take a look at the Aussie. Like I said, the Aussie had trade balance today in the U.S. session, and I took a live trade actually at the beginning of that fourth red candle. And I'm going to try to take this down to take profit at 0.7252. I think you can get into this trade at any time. If you want to wait for a pullback, that's fine. If you want to get into it now, that's fine. We got 40 pips before we get to that 200 exponential moving average, which is support. However, again, very minimal price action left to the chart at that price. So, we're clear to go here to get in these trades and go to the short side. Okay, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie decided to give us a little. Let's take some people's stops and let's go up a little bit, which is fine with me. We're at this all-one pivot at 1.4575. I want to sell it. Right, so what I'm telling you is, if we get a bearish candlestick or two bearish candlesticks, I'm going to sell this. Now, you're saying, well, what about the daily pivot point? Yeah, it's going to bounce. We're going to bounce at that daily pivot, that magenta line that says D pivot. We're going to bounce there. Look left of the chart. That price area has been rejected in the past. So we're going to bounce there, and that's fine. We're going to be ready for that, and we're going to expect that. But I am for sure certain that we can get this down to 1.4417, as the euro is going to get weak as data continues to get released, and not good data. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the euro yen. Euro yen again is at resistance now. You're free to enter this trade at any point you want to trade it. And the question is, where are you going to put your stop, right? So you need to put your stop, at 130.95, maybe even like, 131.05, right? The stop, and I don't talk about stops a lot because, I don't want to give people stops because I don't know what your account size is. I don't know how much your drawdown is. What are you risking on a trade? You're risking 3%, 1%. What are you risking? So this is all stuff that only I don't know. However, I'm just telling you, as far as price action goes, we want to put our stop above all this nonsense left of the chart and give this thing room to breathe. But I do think it's coming down. Whether it's coming down today, not too sure. It might come down tomorrow. It might come down next week. It might end up going sideways. Yeah, it will come down probably by tomorrow, because I am sure NFP is going to do something with this euro yen. Usually does. And if Draghi comes out, the euro is going to get very weak. Then the yen's going to come in control, and it's going to drag this all the way down to our take profit at 130.26. Now we got an EA that's at a support level, and we got the 200 exponential moving average at the same price. So that is definitely support. We want to be out of the trade at that point. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Sort of lackluster New Zealand dollar as it should be. That's what it's good for, and I would get in this trade at any time you want. There is no holding back on this one. Just get in it. There's no data coming out of New Zealand. It's all about the dollar, folks. And again, where are you going to put your stop? Well, your stop's going to go up 0.6660, which is above that first yellow EA line. And listen, if you get up there, it's in the wrong direction. Really, if you close above the daily pivot, you're probably in the wrong direction, and you probably want to get out of the trade. You want to take small hits, like 10 pips, 15 hit pips. You don't want to take 75 pip hits, right? That's crazy. You do not want to take those kind of hits. So, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. Hope you got something out of that. Gives you an idea of what's going on today and what I'm sort of thinking of how we're going to trade this today. Again, traders, be alert to economic data today. It's just so vital. It's so important, especially as we get in close to the New York session. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, and please come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day. It's really exciting to trade these next 2 days. It's going to be fun and exciting. And, please, have a trade plan and make sure your money management is tight and you know exactly where you're at and what you're doing, right? So that comes down to my next statement, and that is, remember to trade smart and not hard. All right, traders, have a great trading day, and we'll see you in about 24 hours. Take care, my friends. See you next time. Bye-bye.